Hey guys,
Hi,
welcome back to the channel.
Taste of Home.
Yes, today we've got an interesting topic and it's about diaspora life.
Yes, it's about the struggles of being in diaspora. And I think we are going to share our experiences of how it's been.
Yes, and most of the things no one actually tells you
Yes.
unless you're in the diaspora, you experience it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the first point is not being enough for either country.
Yes.
So that's your country and wherever you are.
Yes, whatever country you're in. Yes.
Yeah, it always feels like you're not enough.
Yeah. So, for example, if you're in a certain country for a very long time, you're always trying to blend in with whatever you know society you're in.
Yes.
And once you get used to it, when you go back home for a visit, you also feel like you're alien,
You're
right?
alien in a way, yeah.
Yeah, because
So when you've recently moved to another country, of course there's culture shock, there's
Yes.
all these things and stuff. And then when you go back home, it's like you've adapted a couple of things from wherever country you go to.
yes, so it could be accent, or it could be some words that you usually that are not usually used
Yes.
back home. You find yourself tapping in, with those words.
Yeah, it always feels funny when you speak those words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially with kids, right? When they'll be like, oh, ne, like in South Africa, ne is a very common way of acknowledging when somebody speaks to you. So when you're back home, you're so used to saying ne, and they were like,
You
what is
see
that?
them, they're back. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just one of those small things, but they play a big role in terms of being diaspora and, yeah, going back
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, and when you come back here, you still have your accent, your strong, Zim accent. When you're trying to
Yeah.
speak to people, they'll be like, we can't understand you.
It's as if you don't have any identity.
Yes,
And yeah.
yes.
So yeah, it's just a small point, but it's something that actually happens.
Yes, and so the second point is holiday depression, especially when you cannot afford to go on holiday or
Yeah.
going back home for holiday. That can really take a toll on you.
That is
Yes.
true. That is true. So most of the time, we spend time at work,
Yes.
trying to make ends meet. However, when it comes to like public holidays, for example, where you have, a few days available to travel,
To travel, yes.
but then you can't because you can't afford to.
Yeah.
That really sometimes doesn't go well.
Yeah, it can actually eat you up, because part of you feel like, oh, I wish I could be home, but at the same time, financially sometimes things don't go as planned, and you just watch the whole holiday go by, and
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
having all these wishful thoughts.
Yeah, that really isn't so good, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also this thing that happens where you've moved to the diaspora, you've moved to a foreign country,
Yeah.
and you feel like okay, so here I am, I've changed my life, and I really have to work to make things
Yes.
different.
Yeah.
But then people you left back home, sometimes they start to do much better than you.
Yeah, yes, that one is a very big one. And
It's just a plane passing by, but we'll be
yes.
fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Yeah, so that one is a very big one. So when you're out of the country, you're busy working, you're very hard to make things come together. And when you go back home, only to realize that your friends are doing way better than you. Your friends are, they've got these nice houses, they're doing way better. Yeah, it's something that's,
Yeah, it can eat you up sometimes.
Yeah.
So you start to question your own moves. Like
Yes.
if I hadn't moved to another country, maybe I could be better off, or those kind of things. So it's just one of those feelings that as a diasporian you encounter or you come across,
Yes.
that some might not see.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you start to question everything, and at the same time, you think, okay, maybe I should go back, but then you start to worry again, where do I start? So,
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
And not that you be like directly comparing yourself.
Yeah.
Because you'll be executing your own plan, right?
Yes.
The reason for your move.
Yeah.
And how you how you see life wherever you are. Sometimes life gives you lemons.
Yes. No, that's true.
So but it's just one small thing, which some of you might relate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so another thing that I wanted to speak about was the guilt of complaining when people think that you made it. So a lot of people, when they see you go out of the country and go to another country trying to make things work, they already picture you as somebody who has made it in life, in which in most cases it's not really true.
Oh, he's in America. Hey, he's in the UK.
It's in the UK. Wow, they're getting all these pounds. They're rich. That's what they'll be thinking,
Yeah, that's true. And for you then to start complaining, my life is not.
You can't. Yeah, you're trapped. Basically, you can't really say, guys, I'm struggling. It's a very sticky
that's
situation.
Why people end up suffering,
quietly,
mental depression and all those things.
Yes.
I think it's important to talk about these things,
Yeah.
At least share amongst us.
Yes.
Because these are the things that make up who you are at times.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I think being honest is also very important. I mean, in as much we've got this pressure of people seeing you as somebody who's made it, I think sometimes being very honest with them and tell them, guys, things are not working out. I think it also kind of like helps so that they don't really have that picture that, you made it.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you see all these fancy houses being built in Zimbabwe, for example.
Yes.
Everywhere online. And then you get to wonder, okay, so what am I really doing?
Yeah.
Like, I can't even afford to pay my rent, or I can't even afford to put food on the table.
Yes.
And you see all these fancy houses being built in Zimbabwe. Yeah, you start to question yourself, are you normal? Are you... you
what
try.
am I not doing, that, the other person is doing?
Yeah, that is true.
Yes.
But one thing I can tell you is, there's so many different ways in which people get money or finance those projects. And you really shouldn't compare yourself to anyone. You should only use what you have. Like, if you want to be able to build back home, and you can start by saving a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. And I think also the other thing is socially, we give each other the illusion that for you to be rich or to be accepted as a rich person, you have to have a 4-bedroom house, or you have to have this type of car, a mansion. Yeah, but sometimes you can be happy even living in a 1-bedroom house, or even in a small cottage.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, as long as you are happy with it, I think people should just accept that you are just doing fine.
Yeah, there are some videos that I've seen as well where people do what is called minimal living.
Yes,
in tiny houses.
Yes, yes.
Just something you can afford, and you give it your all. Like, instead of having to worry about building like a 4-bedroom house, like she said, that you're gonna spend many years building,
trying to complete.
Why not just build something? You have to define why you're building it in the first place. Are you gonna go stay there?
Yes.
Are you trying to make money out of it?
or are you trying to impress your friends and family members?
Yeah, you see that part.
So you have to see what exactly you're doing it for. So if you see yourself trying to impress people, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, either it's an investment for yourself.
Yes.
Or you are going to live in there, right?
Yes.
So if it's going to be like a rental property that you're building, then you'd have done your maths first before even building.
Yes.
Are you gonna rent it out to like monthly paying tenants or
Airbnbs, yeah.
So you have to clearly define what it is for.
Yeah, no, that's really true.
The next point is having to miss important family events.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes you might not be able to travel, like for as an example, like an important event like a funeral, just as an example. There are times where you really can't go, but then it's a very emotional thing.
Yeah, no, it is.
But then, like for example, someone passes away who's very dear to you, like maybe a parent, for example, and you're overseas, you're broke, you can't be there at that time, and you have to miss the event. That can be
it can be
haunting.
It can be haunting, it can be devastating, so it's one of those things as diasporians face, being far away, missing all these very important events, be it a funeral, be it somebody who's sick, like your very close, relatives, and you cannot be there because financially you can't afford to be there. So it's one of those things that people don't really talk about it.
People don't talk about it. We just wanted to point out a couple of things around what diasporians might be experiencing, what no one actually talks about.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to give a like, comment, tell us your experiences and what you go through.
Yes. We'll be really happy to discuss in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe.
And see you
in the next
video.